In a year filled with chaos and constant pressure, two of China's biggest superstars suddenly vanished. No schedules, no posts, no trace. But one blurry winter photo changed everything. Tonight, we uncover the truth behind Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo's secret year-end escape, and why fans worldwide broke down in tears. The final weeks of a year are usually a battlefield in the Chinese entertainment world. Award shows, brand galas, drama promotions, charity events. Every celebrity is expected to shine under relentless lights. But this time, something fell off. Two of the industry's brightest stars, Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo, suddenly slipped away from the public eye. No news schedules, no airport sightings, no studio leaks, not even a casual late-night "good evening" post on social media. It was silence, complete, suffocating silence. And for a fandom trained to catch even the smallest clue, that silence felt alarming. Online communities grew restless. Some thought they were preparing for secret projects. Others worried they were exhausted and needed rest. But no one expected what came next. A single, grainy photograph. It appeared without warning on a tiny local forum. Two tall figures, bundled in winter coats, walking through a snow-covered village. The faces were blurred. The lighting was terrible, but fans only needed one glance to gasp. That posture, that silhouette, it looks like them. Within minutes, the fandom erupted. Not with anger, but with an overwhelming cocktail of shock, panic, excitement, and emotional disbelief. If the photo was real, if the timing was accurate, then both stars were spending their year-end in the same remote, hidden place. And suddenly, the entire internet held its breath. As the photo spread like wildfire, global fans began their legendary detective work. And soon, everything pointed toward one surprising conclusion. The location wasn't a luxury resort, not a private city penthouse, not a brand-sponsored getaway. It was a small, quiet winter village, nearly invisible on tourist maps. Tucked between mountains covered in soft white snow, it was the kind of place where time slows down. A place with no paparazzi, no flashing lights, no red carpets or cameras waiting behind trees. Just the sound of snow crunching under boots, and the gentle hum of life lived simply. Why would two megastars choose such a place? Why abandon the glamorous world they dominate? Local whispers soon provided clues. According to a shop owner, two polite young men stopped by his tiny store one cold afternoon. They bought warm drinks. They laughed softly while waiting. They thanked him with gentle smiles before disappearing back into the snowy pathways. He didn't recognize them. He didn't know they were celebrities. He only remembered their kindness and their peaceful presence. And that single detail shattered fans emotionally. After a year overflowing with pressure, criticism, expectations, and microscopic scrutiny, the idea that they could walk freely, just as normal people, felt overwhelmingly touching. This wasn't a planned photo shoot. This wasn't a media event. This wasn't an official appearance. It was the one thing celebrities almost never get. A moment of genuine, untouched normalcy. Days later, another whisper surfaced from the same village. Not a photo, not a recording, just a simple recollection from someone who attended a small New Year's gathering. She remembered two tall young men standing slightly away from the crowd, not hiding, just observing quietly. They watched as handmade lanterns floated into the night sky, glowing softly against the cold air. They didn't attract attention. They didn't act like superstars. They simply blended into the moment, like two people savoring the final calm of the year. For fans, this image was devastatingly emotional. After a long year where their every move was dissected and debated, where every expression was magnified, where every word became a headline, imagining them experiencing something this gentle, this purely human, was almost too much to process. Comment sections across platforms were filled with trembling messages. I hope they felt peace, even for just one night. Seeing them enjoy a normal moment makes me cry. They deserve 1,000 quiet sunsets after everything they've been through. This wasn't about fame anymore. It wasn't about speculation, projects, or gossip. Fans were witnessing something far deeper. Two artists rediscovering the softness of life. A moment untouched by the industry. A moment that didn't need explanation. A moment that simply existed. As the story spread globally, one question echoed through the fandom. What truly happened during this secret escape? The truth may be far simpler and far more powerful than any rumor. Being in the spotlight means carrying an invisible weight. The pressure to be perfect. The expectation to never slip. The burden of constantly proving oneself to the world. 4 stars as massive as Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo. That pressure multiplies tenfold. So perhaps this quiet winter escape wasn't a mystery at all. Perhaps it was a healing moment, an act of self-preservation, a chance to breathe without cameras, a chance to laugh without worrying about headlines, a chance to rest without the world watching. And fans, instead of demanding explanations, reacted with empathy. Because for once, it wasn't about what they did. It was about what they felt. Peace, warmth, relief, a sense of being human again. And that alone was enough to move millions to tears. Their quiet year-end retreat reminded us of something we often forget. Behind the spotlight, behind the fame, behind the overwhelming expectations, there are 2 individuals who also crave comfort, silence, and warmth. Whether that snowy village was a planned escape or a spontaneous moment, one thing is undeniable. It brought them peace, and it brought fans worldwide a wave of unexpected, overwhelming emotion. If this story touched your heart even a little, share your thoughts below. What part moved you the most? And what kind of peace do you hope they find in the coming year? Your voice matters, because sometimes the most powerful support comes from simply understanding their humanity.